Ladies and gentlemen, Slangin The Bizkit. Episode
ASMR.
What are we, 58?
Episode 58, we start off with a little ASMR. I want to make people hear me swallow. Pause.
Do it. Oh. That actually sounds... That sounds really quenching. That sounds good, to be honest. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Mmm. Oh.
Tell me you're two meat sticks, and don't tell me you're two meat sticks, eh?
Meatheads, yeah. We got bricks in our brains today.
You ever been called a meathead before?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Yeah. I am one.
I was gonna say you are a meathead. I'm kind of a meathead too.
So I have a lot of meathead traits. I go to the gym. I do a lot of curls. I bench a lot. I have a lot of meathead traits. It doesn't define me and describe me as a human, but it's up there.
When you walk into Whole Foods and you see Pat Shea, you think meathead.
Yeah. Sometimes. I am hydrating right now though with the Pedialyte. We are on a little post-season bender. You know, the season ends and you kind of let loose a little bit, whether it's just eating a lot of shit for a few days or, you know, maybe knocking a few back, a couple cold ones or a lot of them back. And that's why we're hydrating today. We're staying hydrated and just enjoying the postseason because you don't get to do it too much during the season if you're disciplined and like stuff like that. Some people do, you know. No hate on you.
I never asked. Do you drink a lot? Like just generally speaking, or during the season?
And generally speaking, no. I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not a heavy drinker. Like, I do more consistently now than I did in college. Like, which is weird, but never. Like, if I'm in season, maybe once a week when we have the off day the next day, or like if I don't care, you know. But I'm not really like a during the week drinker in the summer and stuff. I'm just more of an occasional guy. And when I do, I'm not like getting shit faced. I just kind of get a buzz. You know, that's my thing. I know you don't drink at all.
No, this is the only drinking I do. But listen, I'm gonna tell you, I had a protein shake today. This is completely off topic. I put in a little bit of like natural peanut butter, some maple pancake protein from Beyond Yourself, plug, oat milk, and I got this new like it's called like a superfood creamer. It's basically like coconut sugar, cinnamon, turmeric, and some other like what's the opposite inflammation? Oh shit! I'm such a meathead. What's it called? Inflammation. Anti-inflammatory. There's a bunch of anti-inflammatory stuff. I blended it up. It tasted so good, and it's been that's like the highlight of my day because I'm cutting calories now because I'm too fat. We actually do what we call fat camp. My trainer and I, because
like right after the season. Are you the guy who gets like you gain weight in season?
Oh, dude, I swear to God, it's from my dad. It's so hard for me to keep weight off. It's on my dad's side of the family.
For sure. Well, you're also 6'5", so it's like if you know your body wants to.
Like the physical shape you see me in, like in the vlogs during the season, that's 215, 220 ish. I could easily go 225. Maybe even 230 if I let go a little bit more. Like when I got down to like 208, 205 for the start of last season, dude, that was hard. And it came back like that. Like right now, like I'm trying to get down to 205 again. It's hard. Mm-hmm. I like to eat. I like food. I like good stuff. Not drinking bubbly to fill me up so I pretend like I'm full.
Yeah, that's a trick. That's a fasting trick. But 215 is not like, for 6'5", it's not that heavy. Like, it's pretty thin.
For a man with bad knees and bad hips, I need to lose all the weight I can. I don't need to move 10 extra pounds. Listen, I had a salad this afternoon. I had a huge salad. It was miserable. You hear that?
Oof.
Oh, it's a fire truck. Okay.
Love the fire. I'm 195.
We might almost be the same way. You put on a couple pounds and I get skinny.
Well, yeah, like last night I think I hit 200 because I ate a shit ton yesterday. But it's immediately off. I'm like 195 again today.
Speaking of, you want to talk about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff? I find it so amusing. Before we start though, I don't know if you found this the same thing. Maybe somebody listening on the video version or on the audio version found as well. I found it popped up like that into my YouTube recommended and my TikTok recommended, and like I scrolled past it. I was like, I'm good, and I must have scrolled past I don't know how many things. I just kept ignoring it, and it kept coming. It wouldn't stay out of my recommendations, and then I finally gave in. Loving it. Yeah, and now I'm invested. I'm in. Like when she shit on his bed, I was in. It actually it brought back some memories because I'm a cat person, right? I know you hate cats. My woman hates cats, but my woman wants a dog. And I thought, okay, if we get a cat, we got to get a litter box. And if my woman ever gets out of line, what if one day I just like mixed one in the cat box? You know, and there's
that
just
would be
like
hilarious.
There's just like a huge coiler, like a log in the cat box, like the size of the cat.
Dude, you should and see what she says. Like, clean it up. I actually can't believe that though. Like, imagine coming into your bed and your significant other just took a big dump on it. You're just like, oh, wow.
I don't know if the information's been released, but I want to know, was it like maybe this is like maybe in a sicko, but like
Amber Heard just drops huge logs.
Well, I want to know, was it like a coiler? Was it like the squirts? Like what was it?
Depends on her diet, right?
Does anybody know what she eats? She's a pretty.
Does she eat a lot of protein? Is she a vegetarian, a vegan? Like what kind of freaking like crime scene did he walk into? It could have been terrible.
How bad do you think Kaskasuo's dumps are? He's a vegan. He just eats tofu and vegetables all day.
Yeah, he probably stinks. He probably has some weird. I have some good ones. I definitely have some good ones. But yeah, Amber and Johnny, like, they're just your classic toxic couple, and it's great entertainment for everyone. It really is.
I love him roasting her in court when they asked, "Would you describe yourself as a little bit larger than Miss Heard?" Not necessarily.
yeah, that was funny as hell. He's killing it, man. With the jokes. You know, it does kind of. It is an issue though, the fact that like he lost like all his acting jobs and everything before this case was even concluded. Like she accused him of things and whatever happened, and immediately everyone just fired him and he lost everything. She keeps her jobs, nothing goes wrong with her. Now the case is coming out and it's turning out that most of what she said is lies and that she's in the wrong in most cases. Now meanwhile, she hasn't lost a job or anything. Did you find that like concerning?
I think she's gonna though.
I think you might be right, but rightfully so, because it's like the truth is coming out. Like nowadays, everyone just jumps. You're guilty before like proof.
Well, I think too, like
it used to be innocent until proven guilty. Now you're just guilty.
I think like domestic assault, like man and a woman is like what everybody pictures, and like woman on a man, like nobody pictures that. So like obviously like she's being, I don't know, you want to call her the manipulator? She's, I don't know, she's a psycho. That's what I would call her. She's the one, doing it's a very toxic relationship. But she's the one doing the damage, and then he's the one getting blamed, losing his career and all that kind of stuff. But you can just, I don't know if you can tell as well. You can see from the body language and like the low key chirps, like I wouldn't necessarily describe myself as larger than her. Like those chirps in court, you can tell this is a man who has lost everything and gives he doesn't care.
I mean, he is also like he does have a lot of money already, so it's like he's probably not like too mad. But I feel like he knows that he's innocent and in the right. So he's so careless and like flowing because he knows it's going his way. He's got the better lawyers too. Like her lawyers, it's
objecting his own questions. Are you kidding me? Objection, Your Honor. That was your question.
It's been so funny seeing all the TikToks. Like great entertainment for everyone. It's been a while since we've had a good public feud like this. It's great. It's really great.
I love this stuff. Hey, speaking of public feuds, so my woman, we have a nice TV. If you're watching the video version, the TV is right here. I'm sitting on our couch. This is where we watch movies late at night, and She put on the Kardashians, the new Kardashian show. I hate the Kardashians. I hate all that drama because like I don't find that relatable. Like, oh, I have so much money in my life. So I don't get that. She put the Kardashians on.
Sorry.
Wow.
SpongeBob swore.
Only a couple people will get that. I get
know,
it.
right?
Anyway, so she puts on the Kardashians, and I'm like, why would you watch this? She's like, just try it. And 2 minutes later, I was 2 episodes in. I couldn't stop watching it. It was such a train wreck. It's amazing. Oh, it's amazing TV, but I'm so embarrassed that I was watching it.
Dude, I've never actually taken the time to do it. I shouldn't say that. My ex used to watch it, so I would like kind of like sometimes. But I think every girl loves that shit. The Kardashians, like reality TV. Girls love it. Guys don't until they do watch it, and then they love it too. It's juicy stuff. It really is.
I'm hooked.
Dude, Kim, speaking of Kardashians, how about the Kim K and Pete Davidson Kanye drama? That's been fun too.
Do you want to punch Pete Davidson in the face? Do you find his face like really punchable?
Yeah, for sure. He does have. He has a very punchable face. I do find him funny sometimes though. He has some funny stuff. But when he's in his like interviews and stuff, he's kind of weird. Like he says a lot of he's like depressed and stuff. He says a lot of depressing things. Like he's pretty like, whoa. This is a long train. I'm shaking.
I was gonna say I can hear that rattling in the background. I thought, yeah, it's a big train.
Running.
Can we get an update? How many cars? Is it still going?
Yeah, this is the long one. It's still going.
If you're new to the podcast, it's called
really
Slangin The Bizkit, and our favorite podcast co-member, Pat Shea, lives by a train track. And the Amtrak and the BNSC, all the railways, they all run by. So you get a live traffic report on the train tracks. Yeah.
Last epi in the train track, though. I'm moving out. Which, yeah, I guess I could update where I'm at right now. My season just ended. I know I said I'm on the postseason bendies, but yeah, we are... we just got eliminated from the playoffs. I made it all the way back.
Before you do that, you want to do viewers of the week first, and then we can work into that.
Let's bang our viewers of the week.
Okay, let's bang them. Well, Finn, we're banging you. Finn says he wants to be viewer of the week because Pat doesn't respond. Gotcha. Lyndon Beal, I'm a cheese grater. Thomas Porto, Pat is a lizard. Max H, also shout out to Max H. This guy is he bought a lawnmower. Send me a screenshot. He bought a lawnmower. Thank God to you, buddy. God bless you. Joseph Valentine listens on Spotify and YouTube. Chase, new listener, loves the pod. Heard us last week or the week before and bought McDonald's because of us. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We got MEA Arrington, our guy on the live stream. God bless him. And we got Schmidt, recently started re-listening to us. That's great. And then our final guy, Sean Kelly, loves that I don't do the tongue click as much. You know what I'm talking about or no?
Oh, you stopped doing it? Wonderful. Oh, good.
Sean also wanted me to say that he's listener of the week, not viewer, because he listens in the car. He don't watch the video week. So Sean,
yeah,
thank you. That's our viewers of the week. If you're watching on the YouTube version or listening to the audio version of the car, you want to be viewer of the week. Simple. You send me a message, send me an email, you leave a comment on the video version. Trav, want to be viewer of the week? Give me a reason, give me a name. We'll pencil you in. We love to spread some love in this podcasting program. You have any viewers of the week?
I do. Oh, thank you for asking. One of them is a pair. Her name is Monique, or Monica. And she asked if she could be. She said, "Can me and my Tiana want to be viewer of the week?" And I said, "You got it." And then she later responded and said, "I meant my friend Tiana." In the moment when she said "me and my Tiana," I just assumed it was like Spanish for aunt, like me and my Tiana. So, I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure, yeah, you and auntie, you guys got it." Turns out it's her friend. So shout out to Monica and Tiana. That's a one pair. I have another.
Oh.
It was an in-person one when I was out a couple weeks ago at Bonfire in Portland. And the bouncer actually...
No.
Yeah, the bouncer. He walked by and he said, "Hey, big fan of the podcast." And then kept walking. And then after I actually chatted with him briefly about it, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I love this stuff." And we had some mutual friends or whatever. But yeah, shout out to him because like it's more common that someone would say come up and say like, "Hey, like fan of the videos" or something. But he specified podcast. He's a Slangin The Bizkit viewer, so shout out to him. I forget he didn't catch his name. I should have caught his name, but
Morgan.
Beauty.
His name's Morgan.
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan the bouncer.
Yep.
Anyway, speaking of bouncing, Pat Shea is bouncing to a new team potentially.
Well, I never said that.
Oh, is that your agent calling? New offer?
Oh, did
Some
you
more
hear
money?
that? Yeah, I know.
I
I
just
never
heard that.
said that's Trav's. That's Trav's words. But
Yep, that's fine.
that's his way of asking me what's coming for next year. And well, I don't know for sure. I haven't had my exit meeting yet. I will have that tomorrow, so I'll know more. But I do like I would entertain trying to, spread some breadcrumbs out and see if there's any AHL interest. Obviously, like the goal is to move up. If there's not, like I think this is a great like spot in the coast. So like there's definitely a chance I end up back here. Hopefully not by the train though. I feel like I'd be in a different apartment and not riding the train every night. But other options are like obviously overseas. People often will message me and comment on my videos like, "Hey, you ever think about going overseas?" And like there's a little bit of interest there. I don't know. It would have to be right for me to do it.
Can we share some details? Because I was going to ask about the overseas option.
It's becoming like a little of an option. I
Countries?
wouldn't be in nothing specific yet, but I wouldn't be in
Countries?
like the top leagues.
Can we name countries?
Well, there's a variety of countries that, like I'm trying to think of like Slovakia is popular and has like a popular league growing right now. And like I want to say it's Czech has a solid league. It's like it wouldn't be like the SHL. There's like a tier 2 of leagues.
Like
But
the
yeah,
Allsvenskan.
it's something to think about for sure, but it would have to be like the money would have to be right. It's a lot to go overseas. For me, like I like being close to home with the fam, or at least in the same country where
Continent.
they can come. Same continent. They can come visit, but yeah, obviously it's money definitely plays a role in pro hockey. But there is a chance I end up back here in Maine. Obviously, I will know more tomorrow after my exit meeting and see what they have to say for me and see what I have to say for them. A little banter, a little chatter in the office, the coach's office.
It'd be nice if you
Love
get a
that
couple
spot.
extra bucks, walking the coaches. Hey, I want to raise.
I know,
Let's
right?
go. Bring in the
Seriously.
briefcase.
Bring me some millions to play in the coast. That'd be sick.
Show me those dollar bills. Speaking of
Dollar
which, we can show
bills.
you some dollar bills. A nice little discount at manscaped.com, the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.
Yes, I just had the body spray a second ago. I lost it.
Show us your
here it
body.
is.
Show us your body.
Manscaped. Focus. Okay, it's not focusing. Damn it.
That's okay.
I thought it would. It's not. I'll just put it next to my face. Manscaped.
So the folks at Manscaped, they sponsor the podcast every single week. This week is no exception. They have the lawnmower. We've talked about the lawnmower forever. They have the new body wash, body spray, deodorant, all this kind of stuff. The shampoo and conditioner, the premium version. They're awesome. They have, to my right here, they got the weed whacker. So you got a big nose like me. You got nose hairs. Would take care of it for you. The shampoo, the conditioner, all that stuff's great. They also have the brand new razor. That's exciting too. And as always, there's going to be a link in the video description. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code BIZKIT, BIZKIT, BIZKIT if you're in the United States of America.
BIZ.
And you're going to get 20% off, free shipping. And it's great. Actually, I used mine. I shaved my arm. Well, I didn't shave. I trimmed my arms this morning, my legs a little bit, so my acupuncture guy can get the cups back on my legs again. It's nice.
Ooh, I like cups on legs. Yeah. Manscaped guys, did you talk about the hydrating body spray?
I did not.
This stuff is good, man. You just It's a little spraying sensation. It's good though. It smells nice. My headphone fell out, so Trav, I can't hear you if you're talking yet. But yeah, good spray. Like they have all the best products for guys, man, and just smelling nice, keeping fresh, looking nice, feeling nice. So like chapstick, even if you want to be kissing, if you're looking for your first kiss, it's big. Use the Manscaped chapstick. If you want it to go well. Yeah, they have everything. Really, it's not just the razor. So if you're looking for some refreshing products, head over to manscaped.com. Use a code. We appreciate you, and we'll appreciate them.
And a little bit of watermelon sugar. We can get you some watermelon sugar. A little bit of strawberry lipstick with some Manscaped. You see me singing the Harry Styles song?
Harry Styles? No, I don't really listen to his tunes much.
That's the song. That's the song. The watermelon sugar. He's
like, watermelon sugar. Watermelon sugar.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Honey. Sorry, I'll stop.
Shorty, I don't mind if you dance on a pole. Welcome back from the ad break. And I hope you used the code. Continuing off of the topic of my hockey career, my season just end, and I'll be going home shortly. This is one of my last days here in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. But it's sad because in a way it's just getting started. Like Old Orchard Beach is popping in the summer. Apparently the French Canadians come to Old Orchard Beach. Guys from Montreal love Old Orchard Beach. It's the closest beach. I found that out yesterday. So if you're in the area, shout out to you. Also, yes, the playoff, I got in. People are kind of wondering where I was. They're like, oh, you getting scratched for playoffs, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And no, and I didn't really get too detailed about it last episode, but I did. Now that the season's over, I'll explain. I sprained my ankle in the Worcester game about 2 weeks left in the season. It was probably more of like a higher ankle sprain. It's not healed yet. I can walk now pretty normally without pain, but it took, so like after 3 weeks, I played in the final playoff game. I was able to, I wouldn't have my full speed. I was kind of, and like there was definitely moments of pain, but I made it work. I think I was able to still be productive in the game, but it is definitely frustrating not being able to skate full speed on the ice if you have never experienced that. But I made it back, played the game just to lose and have the season have the season end. So that was a weird one. I had 3 weeks off, came back, and boom, summer. So it was just a tease. It was like a little tease of a comeback, and then now I'm on a break again. So that's where we're at. And then for you guys wondering where I was, what my injury was, that's what it was. And I'll be back and better than ever in this summer and for next season. So thank you to all my supporters. And Travis, what have you been up to in your life lately? I want to know everything.
And by the way, for the exclusive signings, we will announce all that on the podcast first. So if you listen to the podcast, where Pat's going, where I'm going, it'll be on the podcast first. The YouTube channel at a later date, the vlog channels, if you want to call it that.
Yes.
We were going to talk about. So I mentioned I was going to do jiu-jitsu classes.
Mm-hmm. You did.
It's been a very, very humbling experience so far.
I've heard that it is.
Yeah, very humbling. But it puts your ego in check very quickly. Like,
did you get manhandled? I heard you did.
Oh,
I heard there's a man just handling you.
I got handled not by just any man my size, but a dude who was like, how tall is he? Probably like 5'6", 160 pounds, and just worked me. Absolutely worked me.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. It shows they know what they're doing, man.
Oh, he says to me that. So our master Brennan, he says, Master Brennan. Yeah, so he says to me, he's like, it's all about technique, dude, isn't it? It's not about strength. I mean, strength helps and all this kind of stuff, but let me show you. And so we were like, my first day was headlocks and head like holds, and like how to bust out of them and how to counter and put yourself in a good position. And so I got paired with this one guy. Obviously, we're both white belts. He's got a couple stripes. I got none. And my size, my weight, both 220. And he was working me the first little bit. Master Brennan comes in, makes a couple adjustments. I'm working him, and then he says to me, it was really interesting because I was like, wow, like I am just throwing this dude around. I didn't even know what I was doing. And then Master Brennan comes in, who's, like I said, 160 pounds, 80 pounds lighter than me. He says, I want to show you the effectiveness of proper technique. So I put him in a headlock, and he's like, watch how fast I'm going to get out of this. And he's got like a purple belt. He's like This guy's a weapon. And he got out of it and put me into a very bad position so quickly. He was on my back, had my one arm behind my back, and the other one pressed against the mat. And I was like, Uncle, I'm done. I don't know what to do here.
I've heard it's a very humbling experience because they're so skilled. You just go in there with no knowledge, and they'll expose you.
So I did another class today, and one of the guys that was leading my group, I think he had a red belt on, a little shorter guy, and just the same thing, like a small guy, way lighter than me, probably same thing, 70, 80 pounds lighter, and just working me. Like incredible how fast these guys do it. And I'm watching, because the gym's set up into a couple different segments for like different classes, and I have I guess we're the beginner class. And on the other side is like the guys that spar, and like guys are like legitimately sparring with each other. And I'm watching some of the stuff they're doing. I'm like, rolling. They're rolling on the mat, and I'm like, holy shit! Like these guys would have me in a pretzel so fast, it's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like today we were doing like somebody attacking on top, like mounting you, and aside from the fact that it was a very sexualized experience, like I'm sitting on top of a man, and I'm like, this is wrong. And then I have a dude sitting on my lap. This like old, like, I don't want to say older dude, maybe like 33, 34-year-old dude sitting on my lap. I'm like, this is.
Do you wear a cup?
I don't wear a cup. No, I just wear a gi.
So like you're rubbing on them.
Oh yeah. And then here's the thing, because like I can't tie my belt properly, so the belt comes undone, and now we're touching a little skin on skin. It's kind of weird. It's not as weird as you think, but it is a little bit weird. And then sweat's touching. Yeah,
You guys are getting intimate.
We were. And so I get on top of this dude, the red belt guy, and I've mounted him, and we're simulating I'm gonna hit him, right? So like I've mounted, I've covered his, like I'm on his head, and I'm just
in the missionary.
Basically missionary, and I'm about to start popping him. Actually, that sounds really bad.
You're just pounding him.
He did something with my arm. I don't know. He did something with my arm. He shimmied his legs under me, put his one knee to my gut, other leg around me, put me in a hole, rolled me over, and he grabs me and he says, I could hit you right now. Don't forget this. I'm like, oh, okay.
Damn, that's a threat.
Thanks. Good to know. Yeah, very, very humbling.
Yeah. I can imagine. That's definitely humbling and intimate for you. So I'm glad that you're getting both of those things in your life.
You and me should do some JJ, some BJJ sometime.
Yeah, you want to wrestle?
You want to roll?
Dude, I was thinking of how funny it would be. I don't know if I said this in the pod or not, but like, you know how, say like with hockey, or like a goalie or like players, like, oh, we should like skate sometime. We should train together sometime. Like we'll go shoot some pucks or whatever. Wrestlers, like imagine out of context at a party, and they're just like yo, you like, we should go wrestle sometime. Me and you, we should wrestle. You want to wrestle? Like, and they're like, yeah, like when? Blah blah blah. Oh, come by my place and we'll wrestle. Or like, it's very, if you take it out of context, it sounds very sexual. Wrestlers.
You want to roll? You want to spar sometime? Let's do it right at the party.
Yeah, you want to just get out of here, and this party's boring. You want to get out of here and we can wrestle in my room? Like, it sounds weird, man. I'm telling you, these wrestlers. Like, I bet I could take you down. You challenge me? I don't know.
They did say when I signed up, and they say it like all the time, like at the classes, is like, this is self-defense. Your number one form of self-defense is your feet. To get the hell out of wherever you're at. We don't use this on other people. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't think this is going to help me right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe Maybe I become a little better at it. I don't know. I got like one move right now. That's it.
You've
Outside
gone
of that,
once.
I'm just an average Joe. But
You will improve.
yeah, that's basically that. As far as the off-season program, training again, I tried asking my trainer, Brian, who's a pretty big guy. He's probably like 220, 230. I asked him if I could try my move out on him. He said, no, I don't want any of that smoke. I said, okay. And
Oh, yeah.
right before we're about to train, before we're going to do some deadlifts, let me just put you in a leg lock. Well, yeah, and then as far as new teams go, I don't know. I don't think I mentioned this or not. Maybe I have, but I've already had offers from 2 or 3 different teams, but they're not offers that we like. Like we're not like when I say we, I mean me and my agent. We're not happy with them. Like they're not a great level, and they're also not a great. Well, it's an okay level, but it's not a great situation. And my goal being is to get myself into a better situation. I don't know if you can relate to this or not, but like when you're on a bad team and the defense sucks, like your numbers really show how bad the situation is. Maybe not necessarily a total reflection on you. Obviously, you got to take some responsibility, but it's tough to put up numbers and move up when you're on a bad team. And I want to be on a team where I'm a little bit insulated, a little bit. Not I don't have to be like on a top team, but like a team that's going to help me and I can help them, and we can do something good. And then also a team that's not broke. That's another thing. There's a Division II team, because my goal is to sign up in Division II. There's a Division II team that offered to sign, but they dropped down to Division III, and not because they got relegated, but because they just folded, and they just said, we're not going to spend the money to do relegation. We're just going to go quietly. And I was like, why do I want to play for a team that just quit on their players? Like season's not even done. They said we're done. Like I don't want to do that, because I wouldn't do that to my team. Why would my team do that to me, or why would I want a team to do that to me? So that's the situation. No signing, waiting for offers. Apparently things are going to start heating up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. What I've been told.
Let's get the kid paid. Come on.
I would like some reimbursement, please.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's good. Good stuff. What is there anything else? Did you want to talk about Elon?
Hey, you want to talk about Elon buying Twitter?
You're musky. Did you see that Elon Musk bought Twitter? You guys see this? Did you see it, Travis?
I did.
Elon? Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I just find it interesting how people get so like bent out of shape, and you get like people like my mom who are like, oh, you could have bought so many other things. You could have donated to charity. Like, I mean, he's doing you a favor. He's bringing free speech back. Like,
yeah.
He wanted to fix Twitter. They said no. He said, all right, I'll just buy it. He's literally the you know, like that guy that trips you on the ice that is like, watch out, buddy. I'm going to come buy this dump. Or like the McGregor line. You know, like when they asked, do you train at all those gym? Train at that gym? What do you mean that dump? Oh, roll up in there and buy that dump. That's literally what Elon Musk did with Twitter for $44 billion.
Yeah. Dude, I hope he buys YouTube.
I hope so.
Maybe
too.
we'll get more freedom of speech, less like censorship. It'd be nice, man.
Maybe we can make some actual money and be free if Elon Musk bought YouTube. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't say this because this podcast is going up on YouTube. No, we don't care.
It's nothing like YouTube obviously gives us like an opportunity to put ourselves out there. It's great, but we would I got demonetized in a video. You know, I would love a little more leeway, I guess. Just freedom of speech. I don't know. Whatever. Less censorship, I guess. You know what? Speaking of like social media platforms that need to work, TikTok needs to work on their monetization. It's like
I was thinking about that as well the other day. Yeah. I don't know, like you listen to a lot of Gary Vee stuff on TikTok, right?
Yeah, on all platforms. Yeah.
Yeah, like TikTok is so cool because like we've talked about, like there's so many videos where you're like, this is a dud, and boom, puts up mad views. Like for example, our Dryden McKay steroid thing the other day, I put that up on TikTok, and the podcast clips usually, like some of them don't do well, did like 60K. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. And then you post other clips like this is gold. This is a gold mine, and it puts up like 3,000 views. It's terrible. Like it's so inconsistent, but it would be nice because I find more times often than not you do get one that strikes gold and hits out of the park. It would be nice to like get paid like YouTube would, because I think too. I think podcasts might move to TikTok. Because they give you 10-minute videos now on TikTok.
Yeah.
And with the way
dabbled.
YouTube's gone and everybody's on TikTok, it would be nice to, I don't know, maybe listen to a podcast. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here. But
they are going to go towards that way to try to rival YouTube. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but I would love to see more monetization there. Maybe it's like only the long form videos, or maybe it's just better monetization per like view. Like it's ass right now. Like I made like $300 the whole year on TikTok. Like and there's probably like millions of views. That's
Well, and keep in mind
garbage.
too, the Creator Fund is available in the U.S., UK, a couple other countries. I think there's like 5 or 6 countries. It's not in Canada. It's not in Sweden. Like, where do you make money? Right? Like, what's the incentive? Like, why would I want to post on TikTok if I'm making
right.
$0?
Because from my experience, like all these people preach how TikTok is the future, it's the now, it's the big app, like Instagram's dying out, whatever and like I agree, TikTok is popping and doing great, and it's like it's good for exposure because of how it hits like the algorithm, but it doesn't translate over well to money and in like loyal followers as much. It's not.
No,
It's not
super
as personal.
unloyal followers.
It's just like a swiping. They're swiping. They don't really care. Like YouTube and even Instagram is more like it's engaging that like with an audience that really knows you, and you can promote things to them. It's like a little community. TikTok, it's mostly like you follow someone and then like maybe their video pops up again in your For You page, but mostly it's new. You're just constantly looking for new. You're not really swiping through your following page. You're more swiping through the For You page. So it's for the new audience, where the other apps like Instagram is more for your audience already. I feel like but I do hope that TikTok kind of figures it out, and because it is cool, it would be great to make money on that app.
People talk about it being so great, but it's like you said, like, where's the money, right? And also, like, you have no loyal following. Granted, if you post a video and it gets views, it's probably a whole new audience that sees you. But like, the audience ain't doing shit for you. Like, they're not committed the same way like a YouTube relation. Like, if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, it's probably most likely because you're subscribed, and you get the podcast every week, every Sunday when we put it out. But on TikTok, it's like there's no loyalty. There's nothing that owes or indebts you to a creator. And I don't think that you should be indebted to a creator, but like to like maybe follow along with like the story and like what I'm posting would be kind of cool.
Or even go over to YouTube. Like YouTube right now it's the top. It's the best for money, and it's like the goal is to get an audience over to your YouTube. Essentially, it's like, but TikTok does not do that very well. Like your audience really isn't going over to watch your YouTube ever. It's rare. Like if you promote something and a video pops off of the clip of your video, that's it. They're not actually going to go watch the full video much. It's not a great translation to other apps.
Well, and like I told you, that clip of McKay with the steroids did like 60,000 views, and it only put up 110, 115 clicks to the actual podcast for it, which is still great. It's nice that 115 people gave it a try, or I don't even want to say accidentally did, because you would have had to, go to the profile, tap the link in the bio, and then scroll and then tap the podcast and then let it set up. So probably 115 viewers, 110 viewers, but still, it's like, I wish there was a better way. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we just got to keep slugging it out and see what happens.
Yeah, maybe with time it will be. It will be cool too. And then I think having a following there will like pay off. So we'll see.
I find curious as well, and maybe other people are too. Like can we call ourselves podcasters? And I know we're not full-time podcasters, but we do podcast weekly. Are we podcasters?
Right. Of course, yes.
Okay, so we're podcasters, and as a podcast, like we like to stay in touch with what's going on in the hockey podcasting community. And you can't see the downloads for like Apple, Spotify, and all that kind of stuff unless like it's like a big podcast and Spotify makes that public or Apple makes that public. Mm-hmm. But like there's no way to find out how many downloads a podcast can get and to kind of, you know what I mean? But on YouTube you can. And the thing that I found really crazy, and I hope this doesn't come across as tooting our own horn, but just off the top of my head, every hockey podcast out there outside of Chicklets doesn't do as many views as us. We smoke everybody for views on YouTube. And maybe it's because we are YouTube based, like we're from YouTube, that's where people found us. But I find it crazy how like Sean Avery has like 300,000 Instagram followers, puts up like 600, 800 views in his podcast. And I'll say this, he has a really high quality video podcast. The camera work, everything's really high quality, 600 views a week. The Missing Curfew guys, I've been slowly getting a little bit better listening to their episodes. It's still a little cringy at times, but I do enjoy some of their episodes and the stuff they talk about. They get, I don't know, maybe 100 views of video, I think. Cam and Strix, they don't even post a video podcast. They just post a picture with audio for a 2-hour video. Like, these guys are getting like 50 views. I don't know.
Yeah, it is true. Maybe it is because
we're
we're YouTubers.
But I really, point being is that I'd be very curious to see the like download numbers and like see who actually pulls how many numbers, because I'm curious.
Yeah, that's true. That would be cool to know, like how many listens they're getting on Apple or Spotify.
Like, are we as shitty as we think? Are we still a rinky-dink podcast with 1,000 listeners?
Well, like we're getting on audio. We're averaging over 1,000 listens, but then we're also averaging over 1,000 views, 1 to 2 on like your average video, with the outliers being like the popular episodes that will get like 5,000-6,000. But that's averaging every week probably 2,000 to 3,000 consistently, which is
would you say good. It's pretty fair to say right now, and keep in mind like the season slowed down a little bit off season, but we average, I don't know, 2,500, 2,500, maybe 3,000, upwards of 6,000 to 7,000 an episode. Pretty fair?
Yeah. No, it's true. Well, we do, which is great. Like, people would kill for those numbers. Perspective, you know?
It's very true, but we're also, I don't know about you, I'm a perfectionist. Like, we got 7,000, I want 8. No, we got 8, we want 10, you know?
We have a lot of way to go, but one thing, like, when did we start the video, like, doing the YouTube? It wasn't until, like, July, right?
No, because we did the Kaskasuo episode, and then we did the Jesse Pollock episode, which was a train wreck. And then I said, you know what? We're going to do a video version. I said, that's enough. Yeah. We're going to do it. Yeah, it was after that. So I think that would have been, what, October?
Maybe even
September.
Fall. Yeah, and we're at just about 2,000 subscribers on there, which is pretty good for a first year of a podcast. And YouTube's only since October, so it's been, what, 7 months, probably 7 months here.
Yeah. Well, what do you say we cap it here? And I just want to say thank you very much. A little shorter episode today. Yeah, actually, two short ones in a row. Last week's was 40, and this is going to be probably like 43, 44. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much. If you're on the YouTube version and you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, it's okay. We're working on you. We're going to get you to subscribe eventually. If you're listening to this deep in, I don't know why you wouldn't be. If you're listening on Apple, on Spotify, Google, Stitcher, Diesel, apparently that's a podcast. Diesel is a podcast. I learned that the other day. Yep, Diesel. Or maybe I'm mispronouncing it. I don't know. If you're at the squat rack, you're in the car on the way to hockey to the gym, thank you for listening. Do you get anything else you want to add, Pat?
No, I second that. Appreciate you guys listening, especially if you're still here at this point in the video. You guys are the best. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next epi.
Assuming I don't get choked out of jiu-jitsu. Good night, everybody.